case regarding 23-year-old Kata Scott, who went missing on October 4th. A little bit of a somber and grateful moment here right now. Based on tips that have come in over the past few days, as we called on earlier this week, asking for the public to provide any information, any tips, and the public has been fantastic in providing tips and information, and we greatly appreciate that. But based on a tip that came in last night through the night, investigators began the process of following up on that tip this morning, starting around 10 o'clock this morning, following up on that tip. And the tip was very specific that led us back to this location here today.
Thank God. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Deeply Disgusted Show. And the reason why this show was created for situations like this, where some things are just so deeply disgusted, it makes my blood boil. And it's a little girl being killed and her body being found somewhere besides not in her bed, getting ready for school the next day.
What you all know, we were out here earlier in the week doing a little bit of a search. And so based on the investigative information, based on the investigation and what they were following up on that tip today, led us back to this area behind the school, where it's a wooded area. I don't know if any of you have been back there, but it's a wooded area that goes beyond the school. And so we begin to go back into that area where we will locate a shallow grave after being able to remove some of the debris back there, able to locate the body of a human being. All indications at this point is that it's a female.
By a school. Her remains was found by a school, y'all. Have society gone so far that you don't even have to do something to a little girl and kind of like stay far away, like you're like 10 towns away? Like, society has gone so far. We don't care. We have no type of culture that keeps us in line. You know, somebody can actually kill a little girl right next to a school, bury them, and don't get seen. If this is a society that y'all want, I don't want no parts of it.
We are not going to confirm at this point that it is Miss Kata Scott, because that has to be done by the medical examiner's office. But we have been in communication with her family as to this process.
And y'all could talk about white folks, but you don't see this woman back here, this woman right here. Look in the back of the police chief. Look at that white woman. Look at that white man. These people are concerned not because it's just they not even thinking about a black little. It's a little girl. It's a little girl that's supposed to be in school learning her ABC 1, 2, 3. When it comes to times like this, we don't need racism involved. All of y'all that's on the racism train, y'all need to get the hell up out of here, because we need to find out who did this to a little girl.
And the fact that we have recovered a human being. And so at this point, it's still a lot of work to be done. I'll be very candid that we can't answer but so many questions. Not going to get into the investigation at this point.
Look at your right side. Look at that truck right there that says school safety. That's a security school van that says school safety. Now I got to wonder, how safe is the school?
because we want to make sure that all of the pieces to this are done correctly and that we don't put out information ahead of time.
Did you run out of gas with the school safety truck? Hmm? You didn't have enough gas to patrol around the perimeter to see if anybody's burying a little girl? Hmm? Would y'all have like a school budget where there's too many migrants in the school, huh? Not enough budget for gasoline? What is it? What is a lot of y'all put money towards, the he she programs for little boys in the school, so there's not enough money to patrol around the perimeters, huh?
Because we want the people, the person that we have in custody and anybody else that may be involved in this, we want them held accountable
Oh, they have somebody in custody? They have somebody in custody?
to the highest degree of the law for what they have done. And so I just want that to be clear as to why we will not get into specific details. And so that's where we're at this point. Still a lot of work, but I must say a lot of work has been done around this case. As you know, we've been searching, have done multiple searches. We shut down the police academy. That was a decision made by myself and Commissioner Bethel to shut down the police academy over a week ago, where we brought out the entire group of recruits to comb through this area. Again, so I know, listen, no one is happy that this is the ending, and completely understand that this is a lot on our investigators, a lot on all of us, because again,
And you know why he had to shut down the police candidate to get more help for the search? Which is actually it's actually a brilliant idea. I wouldn't even get on him for that, but it's because of something that's not his fault. The money, the tax money, the revenue, easy pass, all every time you buy a candy bar, it's revenue involved. Every time you pay a speeding ticket, a car ticket, that's revenue involved. And the people who are voting for people to control the revenue, they may go to Congress every day and talk bad about Trump and they'll do nothing for you. They might go and talk about imaginary things, things that you could dream about, but we need things now like reparations. They might say, keep voting for me. I know y'all been voting for me for the last 10 years, but I promise you this time, I'm going to get y'all the reparations. These are people that y'all vote for that they're having a lot of fun with your money. They're having a lot of fun in office. They're having a good time. Why you think that they want to actually, you have a job that you don't like. You don't ever want to go back to the job. Why you think they always want to go back? Why you think they always say there's a lot of work to be done, but we're going to go back and we're going to try to get back the votes and go back in the office? Have y'all ever seen a job that's so hard that people want to go back to? That's what tells you that these politicians, their job is not hard. They're getting rich and they're having a good freaking time.
again, we all have family members, and this could have been any one of our family members. It could be anybody's family member, and that's understood. And that's the reason that you see the tireless work that's been done by starting with Northwest Detectives, and then by homicide, by our
If it is confirmed that this is Kada, what does this mean for King?
It means that we do our job. It means that we take everything that we know, we take everything that we found out today, we let the MEs do what they do, and then everything will come to us and we'll make the determination of whether we add additional charges.
And what would those additional charges be?
Once we hear from the ME, I'll have a better answer on that. Obviously, we're like you said, we're going in order.
Yes, lock him up. Whoever did that need to be under the ground. I'm talking about literally under the ground. They need to dig a big hole and put him in there and then put tile over him. We need to walk over this guy every single day. Like they need to bury him somewhere downtown somewhere, just stick a hole and just put a nice cage down there with a nice little hole, and every time somebody pass by and they're chewing on something, they just spit a little piece of burger in the street and just fall in that hole, and that's his food. That's what he'll be eating for the next 99 years. It's sad. It's sad when we have a community that say that we don't need policing. We don't need nobody involved in our business. But they not even relevant. They don't even have the know-it-all. They don't even realize that their own community can't police themselves. And they need this lady right here. Right here. This white, beautiful woman. They need her to make sure that their community stay in check. And that is sad. That is sad. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.